swag of a prize fighter. The antithesis of a firefighter. Arsonist, I'm a fire rider. Instant flame like a firelighter. So special with shows, I live out my flows. Can't walk in my shoes, can't purchase my clothes. Ice in my veins, but I never froze. Picture perfect, but I never pose. As a juvenile, I knew I bounced back. Got rated, had a plan to get my ounce back. Use cheese as bait, that's a mousetrap. Let me to the right person to pounce at. They selling dreams, I'm pulling receipts. Full force, we can't be beat. Got a dirty mouth, but the flow so neat. Keep your 2 cents, talk is cheap.
You are now tuned into the Boxing Bros. I'm Caden. I'm here with my co-host. They're going to introduce themselves. But first, I'm picking the Chiefs. Go Mahomes.
What's going on, everybody? It's the commissioner, a.k.a. Trill Dollar Bill.
And this is G. What's good?
And I'm picking the Eagles. It's your boy. And I'm back. It's the TBE, baby.
Yeah, you want to make a bet, man?
Oh,
Let's make a bet.
Ned, don't do it. You know
if
you
the Eagles win, I'll pay you $10. But if the Chiefs win, you gotta pay me $50.
Nah. Lower it down to like 20.
I'm just joking. This dude's really about to take this stuff.
That sounds like a bet that sounds familiar.
You want to inform the people of a bet that Ned made.
You want to enlighten us, Ned, about your bet?
Yeah. All right. So, G, come on camera because you the spotlight, my boy. You the spotlight. Come on, camera.
Oh, not part of me.
Tell the people how you hustle them, G. I mean, how you hustle them.
What? G, you want to start it off?
Yo, Ned, no, how about you explain the bet? Ned, how about
tell people how you hustle them, Ned? Go ahead.
All right, so this is how I hustle G, yo. You feel me?
How you hustle?
I was like, yo, G. He was talking, off on air. G want to be all civil and peaceful with everybody, like speak all proper, you know what I'm saying. But off air, G want to be like a monster, like this, that, and third, da. So I was like, yo, G on the phone. I was like, yo, G, put money on it. So I put $100. Water bodies your burrito, and I'm like, you serious?
Yo, who?
A burrito. Yeah, Andy Ruiz. I'm sorry. Fat joke, but it's not. I don't want to get into. I don't cancel culture. Chill out. So I'm like, yo, G, if it goes to decision, $100 split. We go back and forth. If Andy Ruiz win, $100. If Water wins, $100 by decision. But I was like, if Water knocks him out, I'll give you $200. But I didn't get to finish my part. I want to say this on air right now. G, if Andy Ruiz knocks Water out, can I get that same compensation?
Nah.
That's crazy.
That's already over. Now he want to try that.
Over. We already shook on it and everything. And
we already agreed to that terrible shit.
Your fault you made that foolish bet.
Did we shake?
Huh?
Like a verbal
and this is a prime example of why you need advisors and negotiators when you're not up for the task.
I'm just saying, yo, Ruiz ain't no easy slouch. That's all.
All right. Now, switching gears, the first topic we're going to discuss on Boxing Bros is Anthony Joshua says that money is his motivation and he fights for the money. And some people got upset about that. We're going to take a listen to what Anthony Joshua had to say. And then we're going to discuss his comments in greater detail. All right, let's take a look and listen to what Anthony Joshua had to say.
Where does the desire come from and what is the desire? Obviously, I know you love to fight.
I like making money. Straight up. Like, this is a prize fighting sport. Like, I've been broke. My family's been broke. I know what this shit means. And I do it, like, because I'm good at it and I hustle hard. And when it's all said and done, no one will care about me no more. So I've got to make the most of it while I'm here.
Where does the desire come from and what
Anthony Joshua said? He said the desire comes from money. And people got mad and were upset with his answer to that question. Trill Dollar Bill, what's your reaction to AJ saying that? He fights for money. Money's his motivation.
Everybody has their own motivations. Shout out to NBA Joshua. You know what I'm saying? That's his new name, NBA Joshua. Never broke again, Joshua. You know what I'm saying? That's his new name. I ain't mad at him. Yeah, man, when you come from the dirt, you come from the gutter, you don't want to go back there. So you might use this as your motivation. You know, people use other things as motivation. Matter of fact, shout out to the young man last night, Oshiki Foster. I hope I'm saying your name right, young man. You won the featherweight WBC belt last night against Ray Vargas. You know, you outclassed him. You showed a lot of skill, and I wanted to give you a shout out. And your motivation, because you lost 2 fights. You was down 2 fights. You know, and you came back, you went on a 9, people writ you off, you had promotional issues, people written you off, and you came back, had a 9 fight winning streak, and you just went out here and you upset it, the undefeated Ray Vargas, who was trying to be 3-time world champion in 3 different weight classes. So shout out to you, young man. Your motivation was that you lost your mother with cancer and you had to take care of your 5 siblings. So that's his motivation. And shout out to your trainer as well. I got the same trainer as Regis Prograis. So your trainer is a bad mother lover as well. You got 2 WBC champions. You got Regis Prograis and you got this young man, Oshiki Foster. So shout out to them. So I'm not mad at AJ at all. You know, NBA Joshua. I'm not mad at him at all for saying that this is his motivation because we all need tackling.
Well, hold on, Trill. Let me just, you said that Foster lost his mom.
Mm-hmm.
And he needed to take care of his family.
Mm-hmm.
And that motivated him to fight well.
Yes.
Isn't that a nice way of saying that? Money.
Money.
That's a nice way of saying that, right?
Yeah.
That's a nice way of saying it, right? Okay, I'll just check it out.
Nah. That's dope, my brother, because it's motivation. All these fighters, they might not say it in that way, but when it comes down to it, is they don't never want to be broke again. You know, and they got to take care of their families. So these guys is fighting and they sitting there putting everything on the line so that they can be able to take care of their families. So I'm not mad at Anthony Joshua.
All right, good insight, Dollar Bill, Conspiracy G.
All right, this situation is a little tricky for me because I actually agree with AJ, but this is why it's tough. You know, I believe probably like 98% of athletes, you know, they get into their sport at the elite level for the money, right? That's the number one motivation. But then there's the other 2% that is like their motivation is truly greatness, you know? So it's tough because in the beginning, especially in boxing, I feel like boxing is like a poor man's sport where it's like, you got to be down and out to get punched in your face and to endure training camp, to be sore, to get battered, bruised, and wake up every morning, like 4 a.m, to do it all over again every day. You know what I'm saying? Like, because you're like, hey, I'm poor. I'm going to make it to this level. Boom, I'm there. But once you get there, it's like, is that still your motivation? You're rich, you're wealthy, you're in a mansion, you got you know, like foreign cars, women from all over the world. You know what I mean? You get everything that you wanted. That motivation, I don't know, could still keep you motivated to remain in that number one spot. I don't know. So I feel like it's a trick bag with AJ because it's like, yeah, he's saying that. But it would be nice if the motivation was, yeah, money's part of it, but I want to be the greatest ever. Like ever, you know, and then I'd be like, all right, I see him like, you know, really taking it like to the next level because money can only get you so far. And then after getting punched so many times, you're like, yo, I'm already rich. Why am I doing this punishment? You know what I'm saying? Like, so then he might just give up in the ring. So, but I see both of y'all with your hands up. Go ahead.
How would you then say, because my question is, if you say you have to start off poor to become champion, I can walk with you then. But when you say like once you accomplish, it's hard. I think of like Floyd Mayweather. I think of Canelo Alvarez, right?
But
I think of
but my response to those 2 gentlemen though is I don't think they're motivated by money. They're motivated by greatness, legacy. I think that's the difference.
You don't think Floyd's motivated by money? Money.
No. Listen. Let's just be real. I promise you, Floyd, out of anyone, well, he does not want to lose. You can just tell by his demeanor, his attitude. He's not the type of dude that takes a L easy. That's the difference. He always wants to
He
win.
want to be compensated. But he want to be compensated.
Yeah, but
it's just in him. It's like
bro, you can talk about guys who fight for legacy. Manny Pacquiao fights for legacy. 8th division world champion, oldest welterweight champion in the history of the sport. But he don't fight for free.
Yes,
I agree. No, but I agree. But that's what really motivates a guy to keep going and continuing. Excuse me. When you're saying, my motivation is strictly money, right? It's usually cool when you're on the come up. But once you get there, that's not the same. The motivation has to change because it's like after a while. Matter of fact, right before we recorded, right? We were just talking about this. Like we get to particular positions, right? We're getting good money, but then we're like, yo, man, this job is stressing me. But the money's great, but people will still quit. You know what I'm saying? Why? Because it's like the motivation isn't enough. That money isn't enough. It needs to be something more, like something fulfilling. You know what I mean? I don't know if money is fulfilling, AJ. You get what I'm saying? Like, it's great to have. And, all of us want money. You know what I mean? But once we have it, what's our motivation to stay at the top, to stay number one? Only a handful of people could still be like, yeah, it's only money, so I'm going to keep going. Because people get comfortable with money. You know what I mean? People get lazy with money. Athletes get lazy all the time. We see this all the time. So that's why I was like, it's a trick bag for me, because it's like it could work, but it may not work. You know what I mean? Because I don't know. Like for me, I go to my job every day, obviously for the pay, right? Even though I may hate certain things about my job, I go, damn, but I'm making some good money. So I do it. You get what I'm saying? But however, if there's a better opportunity, you'll take it. Or maybe it comes a time where you go like, yo, enough is enough. The money's not worth it. I quit. You see what I'm saying? So I don't know if that's the realest motivation that AJ could tap into. I think greatness should be his greatest motivation because he could possibly obtain greatness. You know what I'm saying? Like he has all the tools except for one thing, in my opinion, but he's almost there. So it's like, I feel like that's what he should be like latching on to, as opposed to, yo, man, I just want to keep making M's. I don't know. That's why I feel like it's a like trick bag for me.
I thought, Bill, you want to get in?
No, I was just saying maybe it just depends on just your feelings for AJ. Maybe that really is his motivation to keep up with his lifestyle, to keep taking care of his family. Maybe he said money and it just sounded like just somebody just saying money. But like I explained with the young man Foster, it's a hidden thing behind that. Maybe he's taking care of his family. Maybe it's things that he got to take care of. So he fights for money to be able to provide. Maybe that's what he's saying. You know what I'm saying? And then when you think of all the greats, right? You think of all the greats, like Caden was saying, they don't fight for free. Yes, they fight for legacy. Yes, they say all the right things. But at the end of the day, these guys is fighting and saying they're retiring and then coming back and having negotiating issues and all this, because at the end of the day, the bottom line, at the end of the day, even though this is about being great and legacy, at the end of the day, just around the world, the only thing that matters is the almighty dollar. Which is true. You have to still, and this is talking about the motivation, though. That's what I'm motivation is to keep the lifestyle that you have. Mm-hmm. That's the motivation right there, just to keep the lifestyle and keep everybody comfortable. Because like you said, G, this is a lonely sport. This is from, you know what I'm saying? You got to be down to get punched in your face and all this, and you're feeling down and look because you're doing this for your family. Mm-hmm. All of us up here sacrifice time away from our family so that they can have the things that we didn't have when we were growing up. Am I correct?
That's a fact. Yeah, that's 100.
So that's why I said it's no different. That's why I say it's no different. But I totally agree with what you were saying when it comes to certain fighters. But I'm not gonna hold him to the fire because I think it was more deeper than what he was just saying with just money. You know,
And just for the record too, I'm not saying I'm hating on his answer because I don't know, like if that's really his motivation, and I
Yeah,
hope
we
it really is.
speculating. That's what we
Yeah,
do.
'cause I'm hoping it is because I actually like, you know, that press conference. I like this new AJ. I think he's making a good decision doing the moves that he's doing. You know what I'm saying? But with money, it's tricky because a lot of people, when they get it, they lose it because now they got it. They don't feel like they need to work as hard anymore. So I'm just curious to know, like, AJ, you sure that's your motivation? And that's where I was like a little iffy, but I respect it nonetheless.
TBE.
All right. Let's get this. Let's put everything in context. Yeah, I feel what AJ was saying this is at the point in his career, because early in his career, AJ was saying, "Yo, I want to be undisputed. I want this about legacy. It's about this, about that." But you know, after you lose a couple fights, and I love you, AJ. I love you to death, AJ. I'll catch a bullet for you. It's crazy, but you know, AJ. I get what you're saying, man. At this point in your life, it's all about the money, yo. After you done been making what 25, 40, 60, 80 million dollars a year after a fight, or you've been the highest earner in boxing or in your division, and now you gotta go fight James Franklin, and you see like the checks ain't hitting like they used to. Yeah, money's my motivation because it's like I got like Trill said, I got a lifestyle to live. I got things to pay for, so you gotta get back to your crown, your throne. You gotta sit back on your seat. And AJ, I understand, yo. If the dollar sign drives you, don't let it blind you. That's all I say. And,
Bars, huh?
and that's all I'm saying is like, yo, there's so much going. Like AJ was at the top for so long now that you know, like what is it? Growing up, used to see all these TV shows and things like that where people rich and they go broke for a second and then they get it back. Like this is your humble moment. It's your humbling moment. Just humble yourself. I know money's your motivation, but it's not your dedication. Thank you.
That was all right, TBE.
Thank you.
That was
You
all right,
get it. You got some
TBE.
things to say, but you know, it is what it
Hey
is.
man, listen, yo, Ned. I hope
Fix
you're
your
right. I
face,
just hope
G.
you're right. I hope you're right, Ned. I just hope you're right. Man.
Look, I'm gonna tell you, as someone who, since I was 12, spent my time in boxing gyms because I had my brother to protect me, and then he went on vacation, and I was by myself.
I went to college.
He went to college young, and I was by myself. So I had to learn how to fight because I didn't have anyone there to fight my battles for me. So I walked into a boxing gym. And when you're in there as a kid, you are motivated by legacy. You want to be like Mike Tyson. You want to be like Felix Trinidad. You want to be like Oscar De La Hoya. You want to be like the great fighters you see on TV. But as you get older, you realize life comes with this thing called bills.
Facts.
And all types of bills. You got to pay mortgage, rent, wherever you got to pay to stay.
Health insurance, all kinds
Yeah.
of stuff.
You got to pay to stay. Then there's utilities. You got to pay water, electric, sewer, trash, and a whole bunch of other things I'm probably forgetting right now for the sake of time. Move on to the next thing you got to pay. You got to buy food. You have to feed yourself. You have to clothe yourself.
Yeah, feed your babies, diapers.
You have to have transportation. So bills start coming in. So all the desire in the world isn't going to take care of those bills. But you don't just have bills. Your kids have bills. Your parents have bills. Anybody breathing air that you love has bills. So you fight for legacy. But legacy doesn't feed your family. And that's what Floyd Mayweather used to say all the time. It's not that Floyd didn't want to be undefeated. It's not that Floyd didn't care about his legacy. At the end of the day, he knew that his kids were not going to be able to eat those belts. AJ's already won the belts. He's defended the belts. He did his best to become undisputed. It didn't work out. He made a lot of money. What he knows is he may not have those belts, but he still has the money. He still has the ability to make the money. So when you ask AJ what's his motivation and he says money, people get mad. What you're looking at is an athlete being honest with you. Just recently, LeBron James broke the NBA record, scoring the most regular season points of all time. He also has the most regular season, the most playoff points of all time, but he broke that a while ago. The point is, LeBron did that. And guess why I see LeBron after he breaks the record? I see commercials. You think LeBron didn't get paid off those commercials? LeBron currently is a billionaire in the NBA. Think about that. Something Michael Jordan never did. Michael Jordan became a billionaire, but that was after he played basketball. LeBron James takes an NBA basketball court every day and plays with a bunch of guys who don't have his type of money. He's a billionaire, and he still plays basketball. Why do you think that is?
See, I would argue greatness. I think he's just addicted to greatness.
Hold on, no, hear me out. If it's about legacy, if there was ever a player in position to take the minimum, the league minimum, and load his team up, it would be LeBron James. He's a billionaire. But guess what LeBron James does? He takes the court and he's paid a max contract. Says he refuses to take a dime less than the max. Why? Because he deserves it. And he's not giving the owners any breaks. So it is about money, right? He is determined for greatness. He strives for greatness. He's motivated by greatness, but he also realizes his worth, his value. So what's wrong with Anthony Joshua saying, yeah, I fight. I'm the only one, like you said, G, I'm the only one in the ring getting punched. I'm the one who has to go to the hospital. I'm the one who has to have the tube stuck in me. I'm the one who has trouble sleeping because I took all these punches. I need to be fully compensated. Pay me, Eddie. Pay me, DAZN. Pay me. And we're talking about you got to look at who asked that question. Eddie Hearn asked him that question. And you got to look at what's going on with Eddie Hearn and what's going on around DAZN right now when he says, money is my motivation. So to me, there's nothing wrong with what he said.
So pretty much, the UK blame AJ for the price increase.
Yo, go ahead, TV.
Yeah, I don't want to interrupt, but I would just want to jump and say this. I think AJ's looking around like, how you be like, how they say the saying, like, if your man get beat up in front of your woman, and now your woman looks at you, it's like she questions you. No, listen. I just think AJ is looking at Eddie because Eddie's looking like AJ's finished. And AJ's on his way out because he done lost 3 fights, whatever. And AJ's like, I got to get on my paper. I got to get on my bag. And Eddie's looking for the next horse to ride. Pause. Whatever y'all got to say. I don't care if y'all chew me up in comments because it is what it is. But it's like Eddie saw AJ as opportunity. And AJ sees he's on his way out, but AJ is not gonna give up on his career or nothing like that. But money is the key goal to like prove that I'm still that top dog in this league. Just like like AJ Canelo lost, you lost, Wilder lost. There's plenty of fighters. Pacquiao lost. There's plenty of fighters that came back from losses. You could do the same thing, my boy. That's all. You could do the same thing. You got
a shot for AJ.
Right. Here's the reality that people don't really put in perspective. Your life as a fighter, your years as a fighter, your earning potential as a fighter is very short. Mm-hmm. And you have to make enough money to last you a lifetime. Right? Exactly. You have to make, in that window of your career, you have to make enough money to last you a lifetime. Right? So if you don't do that, you're going to have hard times. And you see a lot of fighters recognizing that. Some fighters realize it early, so they make investments so that they can always have some income coming in. Right? And I think what you're seeing from AJ is he's realizing, like, I was at the peak of my earning powers. Now I've diminished somewhat. And you heard what he said. He said, because when I'm finished, no one's going to care about me anyway. I think he's starting to realize that after his L's, things were different. Endorsements weren't rolling in the way it was. People weren't coming. So he's saying, like, okay, I see what this is. I got to make my bread now to support me. So I like this. And people can get mad at AJ, but AJ's the monster you created. And nobody wants to accept accountability for that. But AJ's the monster you created because they love you when you're up. They kick you when you're down, right? Everybody wants to run with you and take a picture with you and be seen with you when you're the champ. But once you lose those belts, everybody's like, oh, they want to separate themselves. What AJ did was he said, I lost them belts, but my bank account's still good. So F them belts. I'm going to build my bank account up. And that's all I really care about. And there's nothing wrong with that. You can collect those belts while doing that. Floyd Mayweather done showed you that. But let's look at how he lost those belts. And this is where I get at Eddie. I'm not going to rehash it. I'm not going to relive it. But he didn't need to fight Usyk. He could have vacated that belt, let Usyk get it, took another big money fight against Fury or someone else, made the same amount of money he made from Usyk and still would have been marketable. Let Usyk build up their fight, and then he could have made more money for that fight with Usyk. You know, he also didn't have to fight Andy Ruiz, and we're going to get into that a little bit later, but who encouraged him to walk into that ring? Remember, at the end of that fight, his daddy was mad and was in whose face? So again, this is what I'm talking about. I think what AJ's realizing is nobody cares about me more than I care about myself. I got to be for myself, and I got to be able to take care of myself when this is done because Eddie and no one else is going to give me a bag when I retire.
Let us know how you feel in the comment section. Please like and subscribe. Check us out on Instagram and Twitter. And please check out our podcast on all major streaming services with the Boxing Bros. We just getting started. Buy your side video out right now. Buy your side video out right now. It's the Boxing Bros.